Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the news with Lloyd here inside the English TV Live private community and also publicly on the Facebook page of English TV Live and on YouTube as well. To everybody out there all around the world, happy to see you. If you have never watched my show before, The News with Lloyd, this show is the show where you can increase your vocabulary. We look at interesting news stories from all around the world and we pick out some interesting vocabulary from the news stories and we try to see if we can learn them. We can practice using them in sentences and also have a little bit of a discussion about the story at hand. So thank you everybody for joining today. We have quite an interesting story, as you can see from the mysterious title, which I left on the title of this show today, which is something... What did I put for the title of the show? You won't believe what was hiding behind this couple's wall. And, well, I'm sure you will work out pretty soon what it was, but it's kind of gives me the shivers imagining it. But to everybody out there, thank you for joining. Let me see who is with us inside the private community. I can see Jamal is here, Lyudmila, nice to see you, Victor, Najwa, Chicho, Maxim, Larissa, Vasil, Arthur Left says, what's the song? This is not Lloyd. I wanted to dance before the show. Well, you know, Arthur, so I changed the intro music a little bit. And I thought, well, for a few reasons, I thought, change is good. Maybe have a slightly different intro music. But another reason is I was getting a little bit paranoid about using the BBC's music. I thought maybe it would be safer to use a royalty-free song. Royalty-free means anybody can use it. Don't tell the BBC about the previous several months. Alexandra says, I'm here, I'm not late. Happy to see you, Alexandra. And over on the public page, we have Junior with us, Rezan, Taj, Gilka, and Annie. Nice to see all of you, wherever you're watching from. Whichever device or platform you're watching on, it's great to have you. So why don't we get into this story for today? Of course, private members, make sure you stay tuned until the end of the show because Toby will be waiting for you with a little quiz to review some of this vocabulary. First question for you then, before we get into this article, and that is, does anything keep you awake at night? Is there anything... It could be something physical. It could be a noise, probably a noise, as in this story. Is there maybe are you worried? Do your thoughts keep you up at night? Does anything keep you awake at night? Do you have loud neighbors? Do you have a crying baby? Perhaps that was happening to me about a month ago. I had two crying babies who were living. Upstairs from me. Not for too long, luckily, but that kept me up a little bit. So does anything keep you up at night? Let us know in the comments. All right, let's see here. Jacob says, yes, my own mind. Oh my goodness. Daniel says, yeah, my thoughts keep me awake sometimes. Grace says... What does Grace say? Hello. Daniel says a bit of anxiety. Yeah, I think I can relate to that. Sometimes especially if you have a lot on your mind, maybe things you need to do, you're lying awake at night. Oh, I need to do this tomorrow. Oh, I need to sleep before I do this thing. Yeah, things like that. Maxim says, my work does keep me awake, as well as other thoughts constantly floating in my mind. You'd rather say floating in my mind. Vassal says, it's very close to you. What is close to me? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Najwa is the opposite side of the spectrum. She says, nothing can keep me awake. Mia says, my neighbor playing the guitar keeps me up. Excuse me. Keeps me up at night. Playing the guitar. Is your neighbor Daniel by any chance? Daniel Godoy, one of our other members? He does like to play the guitar. I don't know what time of day he plays it though. Lisa, welcome to you. And Larissa says, yes, a dog barking. Oh, yes. Yeah, I've encountered that a lot as well. Barking dog throughout the night. Or even, I think Jacob was talking about this the other day. Cats, somebody else was talking about it, yeah. Cats meowing meow through the night can be kind of annoying, kind of creepy. Anyway, so the headline. Well, actually, there's no headline. I forgot to put a headline. But you'll see what the story is in a second. So we're traveling to Spain today for this story. And so for almost 2 years in the southern city of Granada, a couple in the city of Granada struggled to sleep properly because of a constant buzzing sound in their bedroom. Buzz, buzz. I think you can probably guess what it was. There was a constant buzzing sound, and this couple for 2 years in Granada, Spain, were wondering, what is this sound? What is this sound? They just continued with their lives for 2 years, but this sound kept them up at night, this buzzing sound. The couple were wondering where the incessant hum was that kept them wide awake was coming from. Now, to be wide awake, by the way, means to be totally awake. Maybe this is very annoying, right? If you're trying to sleep and you're lying in bed and you're totally awake, you're not even a little bit sleepy. So wide awake means, yeah, you're not sleepy at all. Totally awake, wide awake. So they were wondering, where is the incessant humming coming from? Now, first vocabulary for today is to be incessant. Incessant. To be incessant means to never stop doing something. Now, you might think, oh, that sounds pretty good. That sounds great. But actually, incessant has a negative connotation, a negative meaning. If you're incessant, it's like, oh, come on, please stop. When something continues again and again and again, but it's really annoying, it's incessant. It's bothering you. It could be the actions of somebody. When somebody, let's say, for example, if a guy doesn't leave a girl alone, she said, I'm not interested, and he's like, oh, come on, go on a date with me, go on a date. Not something that I would do, but just for example, incessant. In this case, the bee was buzzing incessantly. The buzzing, well, okay, I've just told you what it was. But it was not stopping. It wasn't stopping. It was incessant. And what was it? Well, we know by now. But another example is the baby was incessantly crying all night long. So the baby, maybe you've experienced this before. I've had this a couple of times on flights as well. Can be very annoying. Just non-stop. The baby's like, just continues crying. Wow, wow, wow. All night. Incessantly. It won't stop. Incessantly crying. See if you can use this word in an example sentence in the comments. I'd love to see your examples. But let's move along with this story then. So that was until one day they decided to put their ears up against their bedroom wall, and it dawned on them that this wasn't a sound coming from a kitchen appliance or an electrical fitting. So they might have thought, this couple in Spain, oh, there's some electrical thing, maybe some kitchen appliance, something like that was buzzing. You would think, why didn't they try and fix it? But anyway, maybe they were lazy or busy or whatever. And but then it dawned on them after 2 years. It dawned on them that it wasn't something like that. When something dawns on you, and you can probably guess what it was by now, when something dawns on you, you suddenly realize something. All of a sudden, whoa, oh no. You know that moment when you suddenly realize something? It dawns on you. All of that, in that moment. I'm trying to think of some. Well, I think all of us have had that moment, right? When you suddenly realize something. You suddenly realize the truth. Another way you could say is the penny drops. The penny drops. I've talked about that one before. Something dawns on you. So in this case, it dawned on them that it wasn't something natural which was buzzing. Well, actually, it was something natural. It wasn't something electrical. It was bees, as we're going to look at in a second. So tell us about a time there was a lot of bees. A lot of bees. We're going to find out how many in a second. You'll be pretty amazed. But tell us about a time that something dawned on you. Tell us about a time from your life when something dawned on you, when you suddenly realized something. Now, I would say this is usually negative, I would say. Maybe Jacob in the comments in the private community can clarify. But I would say it's something negative usually. Mia says, a moment of realization. That's correct. Yes, a moment of realization. That's a nice definition. Okay, Victoria has a very nice example. She says, yeah, my exam in 8 days just dawned on me. Yeah, maybe you could say, it's just dawned on me that my exam is in 8 days' time. Oh, no. Maybe you're thinking, my exam's 2 months away, 3 months away. I have a lot of time. But it just dawned on you, it's just around the corner. 8 days actually seems not too bad. I don't know. I was pretty bad when it came to exams at university. I often left things until the very last minute. So 8 days still seems okay to me. Let's see. Any other examples here? Maxim says, I have set up my computer to stop incessant buzzing and go to sleep after 30 minutes. This made me much happier. Yeah, computers buzzing can be pretty annoying, right? Ijamal says, this year, it dawned on me that I need to practice my English. Okay, yeah, it dawned on me. Maybe you were trying to speak in English in certain situations, and then you realized, you know what? I need to join the English TV Live private community. I need to practice my English every day. So it dawned on you. You realized this thing. I would say in the last few weeks since I've been here in Belarus, well, actually, no, pretty early rather, it dawned on me that I need to get studying with Russian, and I have been studying. But it dawned on me that I need to start ASAP. Grace says, cockroach dawned on me while walking silently. That sounds a little bit unnatural. It's when something dawns on you, it's not physical. It's something that you realize. Okay, something that you realize in your mind. Let's just check on the public Facebook page. Than says, I thought it was a ghost, but it dawned on me when the sun rises up. It's a bit strange. Maybe you could say, I thought she was a girl, but then it dawned on me she wasn't there. It must have been a ghost. That's pretty creepy. All right, let's continue here. So another example of when something dawns on you is, I had already been in the interview for 10 minutes when it dawned on me that my trousers were unzipped. Maybe the gentleman out there can relate to this moment of realization when you're out somewhere, hopefully somewhere not somewhere too important, maybe at a meeting, on a date, in class, wherever, and then you realize, it dawns on you that your trousers are unzipped, and you try to maybe zip it up before somebody notices. Now, up close, it sounded like bees buzzing, and a local beekeeper confirmed their suspicions. I think probably now is about the time to move on to give you the question of the day. We're going to continue with this story in a second, and we'll tell you exactly how many bees were behind that wall as well. You're going to be pretty amazed, but why don't we go to the question of the day, and then we will continue with this story. So, but before we do though, it confirmed their suspicions. So to confirm your suspicions when something you thought could be true is true. So they suspected, are there bees there? And there were a lot of bees, and we're going to find out exactly how many bees were there. We're going to see some pictures as well in just a second for those inside the private community. But to those watching on the public Facebook page and on YouTube, thank you so much for joining. And private members, I'll be back in just a second. Here's the question of the day. So everybody, please write your answer in the comments.